What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Karolina HaZe, and you already know him if you seeing this face and hearing this voice. You are sitting down again with the highest circle. Join with me here. Y'all heard his voice many times. This is first time on video. Introduce yourself, player.
Hey, how y'all folks doing? I'm Myke Robinson. That's Myke with a Y. You know, looking forward to this eventful discussion.
And next to him, we got my boy. Should have been on here a long time ago, but tell the people who you are.
Man, this is retro, and I don't know if everybody can see me on the camera. I know the audio, it don't gonna matter, so I just talk, the real, which is I'm a producer, and I love music, and that's how I was able to meet up with these guys. So I appreciate y'all. And there we go, I think it's looking fly now, so y'all can see this on camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some black men straight like that. No.
Know what I'm saying? So tell the people what you do, man, and where you from.
Me? Oh, straight like that. Okay, so it's crazy. I am from Columbia, South Carolina, just like my man.
803, stand up.
Retro from the Metro, straight like that. We
We're
went to Robert.
finest.
You know what I'm saying? We went to Robert High Schools, but we didn't even know of each other until we got here in Charlotte. And
all the same people.
Yeah, all of the circles were tight and whatnot. So now it's like we get to Charlotte, and he's here in Charlotte before me. So then we meet up, and we just go through crazy adventures. You know what I'm saying? Like lots of roommates at one point. Like it was just some real, you know what I'm saying, ride or die brother shit. So that's why I'm glad to be here, because my man's actually still keeping it going. So preach, man.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then Myke. I don't know.
I'm not ball out here. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Michigan originally. Saginaw, Michigan to be exact. Shout out Saginaw.
Shout out Saginaw.
Yes.
Get the roads fixed.
Anyway,
Create snow concrete.
Been to Charlotte for the better part of a decade, but definitely linked up with these guys. Been a solid role, making things happen. Everybody going on their individual paths, making things shake with music, with behind the camera, interviewing important people, exposing the real. Me, motivational speaking.
Speaking of that, his YouTube will be linked at the bottom, so y'all can get some of that good inspiration for yourselves, man. Keep it good, going on your day, and inspired to do better in life. You know what I mean? Or to want more from yourself and out of yourself.
Right.
So, y'all know, ain't too many of us really sitting down talking about these issues and really getting on our people about the craziness we put out into this world. So we're gonna get into it.
Very true, man. Let's go.
Let's jump straight into it, man. How y'all feel about Jay and this whole NFL thing?
Alright, so you can go first on that one.
Alright, cool. Well,
me and Retro will talk about this a little bit off camera. We're gonna talk about my man.
For the most part, like, I strongly feel that JayZ is being put in a position that can make some change. You know what I'm saying? So let that man live, because why does it even matter what the relationship of Colin Kaepernick? The only reason why it is because the media brings it forth. And I ain't gonna be on that anti-media shit, because we do need media to keep us going. That's what this is right now.
We are media.
You know what I'm saying? Every day we gotta get the information how it is. So we gotta remember, in this internet age, we're forced to be in this like call of action mode. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
we always gotta be ready to react to whatever's being thrown out there.
Let's not even mention this cancel culture is something crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Cancel
Like,
people over nothing nowadays.
Real quick. And over stuff that didn't even happen like yesterday. Stuff that happened,
years ago.
Your mama looked at me wrong. I'm not gonna let you get this role.
That was in the 8th grade.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I still got to drop that video. By the way, did you hear how I ended the last season?
I did not.
We went to a city in your home state. Well, what's the name?
My home state.
Yeah, not your hometown, but
there's plenty of dickheads in my hometown. But we don't go.
Nah, you ain't hear about it. The white lady that called the cops on the black kid.
Yes,
from looking at her from across the street.
Yes, I did. The stupidity behind that. The numerous situations where it comes to people that do that type of stuff. This trumps all of them. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Back to the topic.
Yeah, getting back to it is like, okay, so at the end of the day, bruh, like whatever.
Like I told you, the way I feel about it is we can't say amongst and many different other venues and with other people saying, oh, we need to have more of us in these positions, and then when one of us actually gets in the position, we want to criticize them for getting the position,
right,
or taking the position. Like, for everybody out there listening, like, let's not forget Kaepernick took a deal with the NFL with a non-disclosure agreement, which means he can't tell you how much he made, what was in the agreement, or anything like that. He could have been getting dogged, or he could have gotten enough money to last him for the rest of his life. We'll never know because he can't tell nobody.
Exactly.
On top of his Nike endorsement, like, are we really worried about Cap's pockets more than our own right now?
Nah, we worried about all of the retweets on the people burning their shoes and protesting Nike against.
It's always the backlash.
It's
never directly the person. It's always the backlash. And to just speak on that JayZ situation, I'm on the fence. And the only reason I say I'm on the fence is because I hear, if you actually watch the full video, because I know a lot of people honed in on that part where he said we're past kneeling. A lot of people did. The whole video is a lot more to that video because he clarified what he meant by that.
He definitely.
And it's not to say I'm on JayZ's side, but I am actually waiting to see what happens because I reserve judgment for the whole thing because I hear you talking. You're in a room with a bunch of powerful people, you know, who own a fucking day of the week, you know, in a sense. So
it's two, really.
Two. So when you act and you do what you do, I want to see it. You know, he done got backlash. You know, the Dame Dash situation. Talk about he ain't shit.
Now,
everybody who knows JayZ,
we gonna get into that because first off, shout out to Nori and the whole Drink Champ squad because Biggs, who would be the third man involved with creating and running Rockefeller Records, came on Drink Champs and said JayZ didn't sneak nobody. It was basically it went to a vote. Dame got outvoted, and they sold Rockefeller to Def Jam.
And that's why
I don't see how you can get JayZ sneaking anybody from a vote.
Well,
or a collective decision that is made.
Right. And we've all heard some of the Breakfast Club interviews about this, the rumor reports and stuff. One thing I will say, I can kind of piggyback off of what Envy was saying. He's probably saying this from a place of hurt. More than likely because of the way it happened. If you really ain't got no beef with nobody, if you really don't feel some way about somebody, he wouldn't have reacted that way. I mean, I think it was a lot more emotion tied behind that. If you listen to how he reacted, you're gonna be like, this wasn't just a straight response. This had some emotion. This had some shit.
We also gotta remember, no matter how much of the Rockefeller breakup story gets put out there, we're never gonna know the entire truth. There's all kind of stuff that, like stories and old legends about JayZ and Dame and we gonna get into that because like me and Retro was saying earlier, like my boy is really, it seemed like my boy really hurt over some females.
That's all it is.
Like there's this old story that says like Aaliyah was messing with Dame Dash at one point, then Jay took her from Dame and all this, and in Dame's interview, like he got real emotional when he talked about Jay like taking females from niggas. So it's like, are you really that butthurt from your past about a female JayZ took from you? Like at this point, like my man, you sell diamonds, you got a design company, you sponsor yachts.
Like I said,
you make watches.
Dame ain't hurting for shit. That's a fact. He's not hurting for shit.
You're a multi-millionaire. You own multiple businesses.
Right.
He's in the cannabis business.
Let me say, You know, you never count a man's pockets. Of course, you know nobody does that.
No,
but
it's
to
not
be
even that, but
to be at that position and still feel bitter about something like that.
At the end of the day, I can see if you feel hurt because you feel like this was a business you started with you and your friends, and you felt like this was something y'all should have held on to, and that it could have been something bigger from where y'all were already
right.
At.
That I
but
understand.
I can understand because we all can probably see where Rockefeller would have been what Roc Nation is plus more by this point. Cause let's not act like Jay just kind of threw the whole vision of that company behind him. The nigga, like, come on, not long after the whole Rockefeller breakup, magically Roc Nation comes out of nowhere and you still got the same symbol.
Alright.
You just add a few things here and there, but every rapper you sign, you giving a Rockefeller chain.
Right.
Still giving
Let me get a different perspective here real quick, and I've always wanted this.
After we do this, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and this is only because I already got my answer in my head.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, give me if we, you know how they say black people sell out, which, believe it or not, I don't dismiss anybody selling because I've seen it in my own eyes. And this is just to play devil's advocate with this. Make no mistake, I'm on nobody's side here with this. You think people get into these certain positions and try shit, and I mean attempt to do shit, to say, I need to get on these folks' side in order to pull my people in. And again, this is not me being an Uncle Tom, hating ass nigga, none of that. I'm just asking, have people ever thought about it like that? Because to be honest, I've always thought the opposite. I've always thought, why the fuck is he there? He ain't got no business being there. These folks ain't gonna help him. They're not gonna do nothing. So, because then it goes back to the slave thing, saying you all up in massive face so you can get in the big house and shit like that. That's a lot of the mentality that our people have, and I'm not dismissing it because, believe it or not, a lot of it's true. But to think about if the shoes on the other foot, where are they really kissing ass or getting their foot in the door for them or for their people? And they claim it's their people, but where's the action? That's what I meant to segue back to JayZ.
And that's a big problem. That's a big problem with our people. We do a lot of talk, but nobody's ever really ready to go through what it's gonna take to get to the goal. But
I think like what it's important to remember is to kind of ask yourself, where are you positioned to be in the place where you can make the biggest amount of change? You know what I'm saying? How can you set yourself up to be where you need to be, so when it happens, it all falls into place? And everybody does that and takes that leaps in all sorts of balance, you know what I'm saying? Even with me being, you know what I'm saying, a small black owner of a business and having a home studio, I think tying it to JayZ is he's trying to be somewhere where he can see big picture.
yeah,
We gotta look at the game. When they talk about the game, if you can picture what the game is, I would say no matter what it is, the drug game, the rap game, whatever it is, when it comes to the rules of the game, the internal game, just like there's the man and there's the game is chessboard.
Right.
You gotta look at all the moves. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think moves ahead. And I'm not even a chess master. I barely know all the piece names. You know what I'm saying? And where the moves are, but I know. You know what I'm saying? But I know how like effectively like powerful that is on the mental structure.
you want that work? Come holler at me on that.
He said he handing out fades on the black and white.
Come holler at me on that board.
He got the glass and the frosted glass and the clear glass pieces.
And no ass
What's
whoopers
up?
and lollipops, and I'm all out of lollipops.
All out of lollipops.
I don't know how old that saying is.
You know what I'm saying? That shit.
Y'all, it's your boy Karolina HaZe, and what I need you to do is hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can get all the updates from the highest circle. We out here, y'all see, I'm in the hood right now. We out.